What's going on, guys? Platinum Jangus here. Welcome back to the channel and to episode 2 of I Review Your Trophy List with You. Just remember, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We've got a special guest today. Let's get on with the video. Welcome back to another episode, everyone. And to my right, to my left, I'm not sure how it'll appear to you guys, but I've got my best mate here. Paul, how are you doing?
Awesome, mate.
Good lad, good lad. Little bit of a spontaneous one, this actually. I did have another video planned, so I do apologise to MI8 Player, my boy. I will look at doing your video over the weekend, buddy. But yeah, we kind of got my mate involved. I haven't seen my best mate Paul in months now, so kind of our schedules just worked out and got him over. And I thought, why not do another one of these, similar to how I did with my wife. It is a little bit different. I know we've only done 2 episodes now. Hopefully we can start doing a few more of these, and especially getting people on camera as well, so it's not just my mates all the time. But yeah, it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Are you?
I am.
Yeah, it should be a good laugh,
Cool.
actually. I really am. The questions are back, so if you guys enjoyed that last time, a few questions just to get to know the guests, so you guys can get to know Paul. For anyone in the Discord, actually, he is in the Discord already. As Wilco, not as vocal as kind of, yeah, a bit quiet
for obvious reasons to come.
Yeah, which we'll find out. He's not a huge trophy hunter, so this could be a bit of a different episode, couldn't it?
I would say so.
But I'm looking forward to it. It will be amazing for different reasons, and hopefully we can try and give him a little push to in the right direction. Fingers crossed. So yeah, the questions are back. I haven't changed them since last time. Again, it is something that will hopefully evolve. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the questions. I'm going to run through them, as I say, just so you guys get to know Paul a little bit, and then we'll bring up the profile, and we'll see what he hasn't been doing. I think it's probably it's probably the best way to put it. What do you reckon?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Yeah, put it this way: I've got more fingers and toes than you've got platinums.
It's a fair assessment.
Right, okie dokie. So questions, again, you don't need to go too far into it. I know when I did this with Nat, she did kind of answer quite heavily, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with more information if you want to, but you don't have to go overboard.
Yeah, of course.
So, do you remember what got you into gaming?
What got me into it?
Was there a certain game? Was there a certain person who influenced you? What started it all?
Well, I mean, it all started. My brother had like a Master System at the time.
Was that where Alex the Kid
Alex the Kid was a starting game without any cartridge or anything, which I thought was amazing
at the time.
And then my brother and my cousin played Olympic Gold, which is sort of like,
I do remember. I ruined my Mega Drive pads playing Olympic Gold.
The A B.
Yeah, just the A B, no buttons left.
But from there, I just got hooked.
Yeah.
And then I found love for football and carried on from there, playing the early FIFA games as well.
Just checking the mic, guys, that's all. Just making sure it's all right where it is. Apologies again if it is a little bit quiet, a bit like the other episode. Just turn it up a little. We've just got it a little lower down, just to make sure we can both kind of get in. But yeah, I was just making sure that it was sort of in the right place and that you guys are going to hear us. But no, that's fair enough. Yeah, that goes, because I mean you're not much younger than me, are you? So you kind of go way back to these older games as well, which I prefer being that age, because we've kind of seen gaming evolve,
develop,
and appreciate it. Because I've tried showing some of my younger mates now Final Fantasy VII, like the OG, and they tell me it offends their eyes, and then obviously I get really upset. And
they don't get it, do they?
And I have a cry. But the fact that we're older, we do. I don't know. I just feel there's a bit more appreciation for
especially with the remake that came out. Compared,
But it's crazy because that's what I thought it looked like back in the day. But it didn't. It really didn't.
Cutscenes were good.
So you kind of answered this one. The next one, what was your first console? But obviously that was the Master System, wasn't it?
It's the first one I played personally. It wasn't my first. Yeah.
Did you play? Although you might not have owned them, did you play other consoles before that? Because
I played the Spectrum. I don't know if you remember the Spectrum.
I do.
And there was something called Grand Prix Challenge.
Grand Prix Challenge.
And I've always been into my racing games and stuff. Yeah, F1. And it was awesome at the time, but it was literally like little blips going on the screen up and down. That's all it was. But because there was a bit of management behind it. I loved it.
Yeah, that was me as well. Because although the Mega Drive was my first console, it was my nana that got me into gaming. Crazy enough, not my mum or what have you. And she had like the Atari, Commodore 64.
Yeah.
So I always played with them, and you used to put like a tape and a little tape deck and
wait for it to load up.
Yeah, just absolute madness when you think about it. So this question might not apply to you actually, but you can answer it in your own way. So what got you into trophies? Nothing. I'll tell you what. We'll modify the question. What's the reason that you haven't really hunted them? Like, what's the main reason behind
the main reason is probably time, and getting it to actually play and do the extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, not that I don't like getting trophies. It's a nice achievement. I understand it. It's just I play a game like to get the story done, so to speak.
Yeah, which is fair.
And after that, I will try and have a look at them. But if someone's too time consuming, I'll move on to the next game, which I probably shouldn't do all the time. But I have too many games to get through as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
Obviously you got children and stuff, so I understand. Like time is restricted, so when you've got a couple of hours, you don't want to be just doing one like tedious task.
Yeah, because normally it should be evening time as well. So you
don't just want to spend your evening doing a tedious task when you could be playing the story. That's fair. But you've got a little bit more of a taste for it lately, haven't you?
Well, we've been in the group. It's got me having a bit more of an urge, shall I say, to like try and do more. And I've got a couple of games sitting there now, so
yeah. Well, we'll have a look at those games when we look at the list, because there's not many games to talk about. I'm just playing. Okay, favorite game of all time?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yes,
it's gotta be.
Sorry if I took your ears off.
I'm sorry, but there's no influence there either. It's just simply it's spectacular. It really is. I mean, that's what the first PS1 game I properly got into. And it was just so long as well. So much detail.
How did you come about the game? I got it by a total fluke.
I got it given to me.
Yeah, same.
Off my old friend from school, and literally I was like, "What is this?" I couldn't even get past the first stage to begin with the scorpion dude.
Oh, the red scorpion.
The tail. It told you to attack him, even though you're not meant to.
Yeah, Barrett's telling you to attack while its tail's up, and then you get tail lasered.
And I was like, "What?" But after that, brilliant.
Favorite game series of all time?
Oh, I think I've already answered it.
Yeah, see, there's reasons why he's my best mate, but he does just copy off me, to be fair. So going away from games actually a little bit, because I don't know if you've seen the full video with me in that, but there's a few in there that are not game related, which again, just to get to know you.
Of course.
Favorite TV series?
Ooh, favorite TV series.
What springs to mind? Like,
there's been a lot watched, but Big Bang's excellent. Big Bang Theory.
I do love the Big Bang Theory. What about something that's not like comedy of sorts? So you could like maybe not including Big Bang or Friends and them types. What about something that's a bit more serious?
I mean, I've been watching Stranger Things recently, but I'm not fully finished right now. I'm a bit late to the party, but I think that's pretty cool as well. Yeah. Heroes I used to like before the later seasons, shall we say?
Yeah, I miss Heroes. Yeah, like, that first season was unbelievable.
Got me really hooked.
Peter and Sila were absolutely unreal. I did enjoy it.
I will say there's not like really a specific. I like all genres really.
Yeah. No, same. I'm pretty open minded. It's the best way to be. Why just like one thing? Right. Okay. So what about favorite movie? It's obviously a tough one.
Yeah. I mean.
There is a right answer though. I'm just how many messes?
There's too many. I mean, I love Marvel. I do. I got everything to do with Marvel. I love, but it's not going to be.
Why have you got a Batman t-shirt on?
Well,
big Batman fan though.
Batman, yeah.
But no, favorite movie.
It's not going to be a superhero movie.
It's not.
No, it's not.
I thought you might have. I know you were leaning towards Marvel, but I know how much you love like the
Dark Knight Rises is right up there.
You still like the Dark Knight Rises? Awesome. I think it is a little bit because of how good the Dark Knight and Heath Ledger were.
Yeah.
I think
they're both excellent.
The Dark Knight Rises doesn't get the respect it deserves. I think it's an excellent movie.
But it's going to have to be Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. To be fair. It has to be. Take fantasy stuff out of it, and that's my favourite film as well. To be fair, it's unbelievable.
It's epic, isn't it?
Yeah, can't argue with that. Favorite video game character of all time?
Whoa. I think Sephiroth's pretty epic.
Oh.
Yeah. Sephiroth. I'm always one for being the bad guys as well, if you know what I mean, in films, movies.
What about someone who's playable? Someone who you'd be controlling?
Playable. Yeah, fair point. Nathan Drake.
Yeah,
Nathan Drake.
No, that's
Epic series, and I think the character's brilliant as well.
Yeah, and Nolan North's
Yeah.
just the best, isn't he? I know it's always him and Troy Baker, but
Yeah.
I love them both.
That series-wise is excellent as well. I mean, I haven't mentioned that at all, but that's right up there.
Yeah.
Right up there.
It's one of my favourites, yeah. It's definitely, is it probably top 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Just trying to think I definitely have Final Fantasy, and then you've got like Metal Gear Solid, maybe, I don't know. I'd have to really think about it, but it's definitely up there. We love a waffle on the channel, by the way. So if I start just going off on a mad tangent, you might need to just rein me in a little. Favorite developer?
Ooh.
Who are we thinking? Would it be Naughty Dog because of
Naughty
Uncharted?
Dog are unbelievable.
And I know you like The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, even Crash Bandicoot.
Like
back then when I was playing it.
Yeah.
I have to get back into them with the kids and stuff as well. Probably Naughty Dog, because they take so much time with the games, I'd probably say.
That's what I like. Them and Rockstar just perfect.
Take a long time to get a game out done, but they try to perfect it as much as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably them. I mean, I would say Square Enix, but I don't play that many games barring, finals. Yeah.
What about if you could have any superpower?
It's probably a couple to choose from. I'll probably pick one that's probably a bit more, linear, but teleportation.
Okay, I'm going to branch it out then. Where would you teleport?
Well, that's the beauty of it, isn't it? You could go anywhere you want.
Scarlett Johansson's bedroom. Yeah, you could go anywhere, somewhere fun.
No, I mean venues, locations, anything that's happening in the world, a sporting event, anywhere that you want to visit, like one of the ninth wonder of the world, anything you could go to it, couldn't you?
You could just do what you
at the drop of a hat,
That's a fair choice.
Yeah.
The next one then, because Natalie twisted it into also including alcohol, typical of her, just so she could mention gin at least once. So favourite drink, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic.
Okay, probably Dr Pepper is a guilty pleasure.
You like Dr Pepper? Nice.
Yeah,
good choice.
I love a bit of rum, spiced rum. Maybe a few vodkas.
Yeah, like spiced
rum. More of a spirits drinker. I can't really do too many lagers, too many. So like drugs,
a nice rum and coke.
Yeah.
What? So like Captain Morgan's, Kraken, what?
No, Sailor Jerry's is my favourite at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. Favourite meal?
It's got to be the Parmo, isn't it?
Oh, the Parmo. So
easy.
It's funny actually, because out of all the episodes, not that you really talk about food much anyway until I do these questions, but it's actually the first time. So there's probably people all over the world now going, a Parmo?
What's what?
So it's basically one of your 5 a day if you live in the northeast of England. How would you even describe it? So it's like a chicken breast, coated in breadcrumbs. It's topped with a white bechamel sauce, cheese, chucked in the oven, so it's all melted and amazing. And it's served with chips generally. You can have salad, and some people are now topping them with all sorts, aren't they? So hot shot Parmo, and you get another topping.
Mushroom, whatever.
But they are just amazing.
The combination just works. I mean,
if you're ever anywhere else in the country and they say they've got them on the menu, I probably wouldn't trust it too much, because I did have a mate who went. He might have been in. Where was he? I'd have to double check. He might have been in Sheffield or something, and he got one, and literally, right, it was just a chicken breast in breadcrumbs. There was no white sauce, and it was just a cheese slice.
No.
I'll have to show you the picture. No. Just a cheese slice on the top of it, and then they brought a cup out, and it had like 4 chips just in the cup. And it's just, and you can buy them from supermarkets in some places as well. But
Jeff the Chef.
The Chef, Jeff the Chef. But they're not great. But if you ever come to the northeast of England, make sure you get a takeaway while you're here. And I may get a cheeky Parmo if you've gone down to Newcastle. See, I've had a few people as well. I'm just going to mention this one while we're at it. It just came to mind because one about the northeast. People are saying that I sound like I'm from Newcastle.
No.
Listen to listen to our Geordie after I've spoken. They sound totally different. Yeah, very different. That's probably the worst Geordie impression ever, but you get the point. How many of these have we had? That's just the first one. Just games. Right, so next one. We talked about food quite a lot there, didn't we? I think I'm hungry. Favourite Telltale game?
I'm not going to say Batman again, even though I should. I'm aware.
Oh, Batman.
Yeah, but I'm going to say Tale from the Borderlands.
Yes.
And I'm guilty of not playing the actual Borderlands games because I was a bit critical of them when I was younger. Not really giving them a chance. But I thought the story in the actual game of the Telltale was brilliant.
Yeah, no, it really was. It really was. What's the hardest game you've ever played? Would it be any of the ones that we've played recently, or do you think you've dabbled in something?
I mean, it depends how you mean hard. I mean, if you're talking trophies, but in terms of actually just playing the game itself,
G1 Jockey.
no.
Which we'll get to. Yeah, he likes horse racing, but we'll come to that.
You tried to get me playing a game before, didn't you? Called Hell Let Loose.
More of a grind, though.
Yeah.
It's difficult because it's so
I remember,
realistic.
because I'm obviously used to the Call of Duty days.
Yeah.
I like to run and gun, don't I? And
Yeah,
I tend to find when I was running and gunning, I was just getting annihilated straight away.
You can't do that. Would you not put like Bloodborne or Elden Ring or something in there?
Well, I'm currently doing Elden Ring, but I think it's more of a case of I need to just level up more.
Yeah.
Really.
No, that's fine. What about most anticipated game?
Oof.
What are you most looking forward to? There's a couple for me, but
I mean, there's continuations in it, so I'm a Horizon fan, but I know that's nowhere near coming out yet.
There has to be something that you know is so. Obviously, would it be 7 Rebirth, like part 2?
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah,
God of War Ragnarok.
when it eventually comes, anyway.
But it's winter, isn't it, next year?
If it doesn't go put back again.
So would you say you're more looking forward to God of War Ragnarok or 7 Remade?
No, it has to be Final Fantasy. Yeah, has to be. God of War is excellent, but it has to be Final Fantasy.
Sounds good. What game deserves a sequel?
Ooh.
Is there anything you've played which was just like standalone and you think could do more with that?
It's a hard question. That is a hard one.
I'll just have a dance and have a drink while you. Well, I can see the cogs turning.
You caught me out there.
It's not an easy one. I mean, when I was thinking of the questions, I then thought of it myself as I was doing it, and it doesn't.
I think most games that do get the sequel does work in general. So off the top of my mind, I can't. Nothing's springing to mind.
A lot of them have already got sequels. Yeah. Which is
generally a successful game will get that sequel one.
G1 Champion 2.
No. After we ever talk about it, I'm definitely not going anywhere near again.
Oh man, this is excellent. Yeah, so right, that's fine. What game should be remade?
Oh, good one.
Anything from your childhood that you think nice coat of polish?
See, the first Metal Gear Solid I ever played on PS1 was epic. What a brilliant game. And that remastered, or re-brought out, as a new thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it would be awesome.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Who's your starter Pokemon? The original.
Well, do you want the baby version or anything, or
no? Just like from.
Or Charmander.
Yeah, from Gen 1.
Yeah,
Charmander's the boy.
Has to be, doesn't it?
I said this in the last episode, but I'll repeat it for anyone who hasn't said it. Back in the day, me and Smith. So one of my old mates, Smitty, we used to play Pokemon religiously, and we both went into HMV and got the game at the same time. And I bought blue, and he bought red. I didn't know too much about it at the time, but because Blastoise was on the back, or on the box, or wherever, and he was on the cartridge, I felt obliged to pick him. And Smitty always had Charizard ultimately, and I used to look at it and think he's got the better one here. But yeah, I slowly realised that obviously Charizard was definitely the boy.
Did you use the old link cables?
We used to
swap the ones you couldn't get in the game.
That's it. So Smitty would start, pick a Charmander, send it to me with the others, and then you'd keep doing it, and until you all had the starters really. Yeah. But initially speaking, I picked Squirrely.
Full Bulbasaur.
I know. I don't mind Bulbasaur. I just think he gets. Hopefully, I'm not offending any Bulbasaur fans out there, but I don't know. I think he gets a bit uglier. I don't know. I'm not too keen on the design of it.
Not a fan of Venusaur. No.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. Charmander doesn't get better looking, but he's a bit of a.
Yeah, it looks cool, doesn't it?
How aggressive Blastoise and Charizard are. Yeah. Venusaur just gets a bit ugly in the face. He's got a big plant on his head, on his back. Oh dear me! Right, what have we done? Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No. Just it's the fastest I'll answer.
Dear me, pineapple on a pizza? Who'd have thunk?
And I don't get it.
Who would have thunk? Right, so that's enough of the questions. We'll jump into the this or that. I know we've had a good little waffle there, and it's
It's been fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to crack on with the rest of it. It's been fun.
I know this is where it goes a bit
skew with. Well, we've got the this or that first, and then we'll have a look at the not so trophy list. So Mario or Sonic?
Mario.
Nathan Drake or Lara Croft?
Nathan Drake.
Uncharted or Tomb Raider?
Uncharted.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Team Cap or Team Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Natalie said the same thing. What's the matter with everyone?
Iron Man's my boy.
Oh, he's a narcissist, man. Obnoxious. Most of the things were his fault.
Nah.
Apart from Endgame, everything was his fault.
Trying to make the world a better place. I'm really right. Yeah.
That's just to compensate for all the bad stuff, though, isn't it?
He's always trying to make the world better.
Steve's going to look after your dog, and
what's he going to do with that frisbee?
Oh, not the frisbee jokes again, right? Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Just while we're on that, who's your favourite Star Wars character?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
What as Darth?
Darth Vader.
Would you still account for that when he's Anakin, or you're not as bothered about him at that time?
No, Anakin's okay, but I think he comes into his own as Darth Vader.
Yeah. Easy game or hard game?
Probably because of the trophy list that you're going to see. I have to say easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
You haven't finished them ones either.
Finish the story.
Just right. So easy. Right. Okay. Open world or linear story?
Open world.
Would you rather be able to wield Mjolnir or have adamantium claws?
Mjolnir.
Single player or multiplayer game?
I enjoy multiplayer, but single player still gets the majority for me.
Yeah. The Spider-Man games or the Batman games?
Probably Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both amazing. To be fair, I think it's a tough one. It's interchangeable, but no, that's fair. Far Cry or Assassin's Creed?
When I'm guilty of not playing both, really.
But
I am looking to play Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Last of Us or Uncharted?
Uncharted.
Tekken or Mortal Kombat?
As a kid, I was always a Tekken fan. I played pretty much all the Tekken games, so it's probably going to have to be Tekken.
Who did you used to use on Tekken? Do you remember?
Is it Law?
Martial Law.
Yeah, Martial Law.
With Law, I used to just hold X and circle and just keep. No, it was when he used to flip.
Oh yes.
Just do that. Or Smithy used to pick Eddie and he used to really wind me up. You're trying to fight him, and Smith was just spinning on his head, and all he was doing was laughing at me. Oh, honest to God, he was just laughing at us. Stop that. Let's move on. Right. So, Crash Bandicoot or Spyro?
Crash Bandicoot.
Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption?
Again, guilty gears, but Grand Theft Auto.
What guilty of not playing them?
Well, I played it on the PS3, didn't I? But I didn't ever go back to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey. When this is finished, you're getting a clip, and
I'm
going to literally force your eyelids over and put all of these amazing.
I have explanations in place, don't you, Rui?
You're prepared, are you? You're preparing yourself. San Andreas or Vice City?
Vice City.
Best soundtrack ever.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Dragon Age or Mass Effect? I'm going to tell you haven't played both of them, aren't you?
They're both downloaded.
Right. Can I get a taxi, please? Yeah, just for one passenger.
After all the good stuff you said about Mass Effect, I'll probably say that one.
They're both amazing. Like when Natalie answered it, she went with Dragon Age, and I don't know if I could decide, because I love space and action adventure stuff.
Yeah.
Going to different planets, but then I love the whole fantasy with dragons and swords and magic.
Yeah.
It's kind of two of my favourite things, really, space and fantasy.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's a tough one. Call of Duty or Battlefield?
Call of Duty, just because I put probably too many hours into that game. Like the proper OC games, yeah.
Alien or Predator?
Alien.
Alien?
Yeah.
Do you think the Alien would win in a one-on-one fight, or what do you reckon?
Well, yeah, because Predators are normally loners. Are you talking one-on-one itself?
I'm just thinking the weaponry that the Predator has, a bit of range. Take a xenomorph down.
If you're going to say technically one-on-one, the Predator should win, but Aliens normally go in packs, don't they?
They're a bit sneaky, yeah. Right, and the last one, Ronaldo or Messi?
Cristiano Ronaldo. Just has to be. He's just done it everywhere,
It's weird though, isn't it? Because technically, Messi's the consensus across football, I would say, if you ask however many people. But yeah, a lot of people I speak to do pick Ronnie.
Messi's awesome. He really is, but you just can't take it. Well, Ronaldo's won in every single league he's been at.
Yeah,
you just can't.
There is that, isn't there? I mean,
and he hasn't got the best players around him all the time, has he?
I always like to look at it if you put like Ronaldo in Rotherham's. I don't know why I said Rotherham. Apologies if there's any Rotherham fans. Nothing wrong with Rotherham, but if you put him in Rotherham's team, I feel like Ronaldo would do bits.
I'll put it further. Put him in Boris' team.
Yeah, so Paul's a Middlesbrough fan, so he really supports Liverpool, but he won't come out. But no, he's a Borough fan, so it must be frustrating. But yeah, you could put Ronaldo in Borough's team. I feel like he would drag us to the Premier League quite easily. Where Messi needs that team around him to kind of feed off almost. And I suppose it depends what you like. I do agree that. Why are we talking about football anyway?
I know, we just got a bit on it, didn't we? Yeah.
Just totally. But yeah, he's probably a more naturally gifted player, but I do enjoy Ronaldo's work rate and sort of drive, I would say.
Got the look.
But did you enjoy that?
I did.
Yeah. So it was quite fun actually. It's probably, she's going to hear it if I say it, but it was probably more fun than doing it with Natalie anyway.
Suppose I'll get on this video.
Yeah. I'll just make sure she doesn't watch it. She stopped watching them anyway. She thought it was fun to begin with, and now she's just like, oh, another video. How long are you going to be this time? But no, I enjoyed that. We'll move on to the profile, and then we can have another laugh, can't we? So yeah, we'll have a look at the profile. I'll see you guys in a sec. So here we are then, and to the greatest profile in PSN history. I'm already starting. We're only a few seconds in. So let's have a little run through the stats, shall we? Why you guys?
It's going to be fun.
Just why you guys make your judgment. So yeah, we've got XX underscore Wilco 7 underscore XX. My good mate Paul, as I've mentioned. So where did the name come about? Is that you copying off me there as well?
Well, it's from the Call of Duty days. You know when you wanted cool names.
Oh, everyone had it.
Yeah.
That was kind of the thing, wasn't it, back then? Everyone had...
my old one was just sort of like replaying Wilco 357, and that was it. It didn't really stand out, so that's the reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone seemed to go with this whole having kisses, so it was kind of...
It was all the vibe, wasn't it?
Yeah, weird. And then, obviously, you guys who watch the videos know I love to read the About Me just to see what they've put in, so that's my secret. I'm always gaming. Where's that come from?
Well, Avengers.
The
Hulk. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry. And I sort of took my own little twist on it, and I thought it sounded cool, so I stuck with it.
I like it, to be fair. Yeah. Well, I've used the Marvel when I've had mine. I can do this all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so I absolutely respect it. So let's look at the stats then. So trophy level 286. You're laughing.
I just know what's coming. I know.
You're laughing.
It's deserved.
You're laughing, but we've seen lower. Maybe not lower on some of the other stats, but... So trophy level 286, 2,535 trophies, 6 platinums.
Amazing, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Watch out, guys.
More incoming.
Well, I hope so. 6 platinums, 100 gold, 432 silver, and 1,997 bronze. So I'll tell you what straight away, something you will get praise for. That ratio is unreal from gold to bronze. So I know you don't play easy games anyway. So at least you don't do a me and start playing the bare B and the back D. And
I am male.
Everyone plays male though. It's just a meme, isn't it, in the community? But you're not playing these little games.
I guarantee I'll be double by the end of the
day. Yeah. So once recording's finished, we're gonna set the profile up, and we're using my profile. And we're gonna sponge like 50 platinum. Pump the numbers up now. Well, not really. That would be a bit sweaty. So we'll look at the rest of the stats then. So you've played 156 games. It's not bad. Completed 5. So which of the games that you've platinum then are not 100%?
A lot.
Can you think what game it is before we even look? Well, what game have you platinum that has got DLC? Have you platinum First Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Did you go in and do the...
I didn't do the DLC, no.
What's it called? I forget the name of it, but there's a few trophies where you play rock, paper, scissors and stuff in there, and it's a bit fiddly.
Yeah.
Do you think it's probably from that, isn't it? I remember you, because was The Walking Dead your first ever platinum?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the milestones, but I think it was. Completion rate, 28.35%. It's just not good enough, I'm afraid. I told you it was going to be a different episode. If you've come here, you know, a hardcore gamer, and you've come here to see some ultra rares and amazing plats, you know, I'm not bringing him down when I say
I've got
this,
a few ultra rares in the locker, in fairness.
I can just see it there. 20. Just calm down.
Double figures.
Just messing. If you come for hardcore trophies and to see, you're probably not going to get that, but at least it'll be a little bit of a different episode anyway, because we're not just going platinum, platinum, platinum. We can look at some of the games he's maybe given up on, games he started and not really put any effort into, and we can maybe try and put him on the amazing trophy path.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Well, it's just getting time, isn't it? You know, you've got a family and stuff, so it's very, very difficult. So unearned trophies, man, this makes me want to cry, Paul. 5,519.
Yeah. I am guilty, I admit. It's just, as I say again, I sometimes get so many games that I go from one to the other and sort of leave it alone. I mean, I used to work in a technical department where I could get a game for £2. I'd bring it home, play it, and then wouldn't go back on it again. And I'm guilty at that. But it's just trying all these games out.
Yeah.
And I never went back to them. And a lot of them are PS3 games as well.
This is where some people now are having like second accounts, you know, so they can just test a game out, because people have got quite, I don't know if obsessed is the right word, but they want the profile to look a certain way.
Yeah.
And what they're thinking is, you know, God forbid they put a game in that they either don't like or whatever, and then they pop a trophy and it's a bit stuck. So, you know, if
you're going to see by the list, in all honesty, that there's a lot of games there like 1-2%.
Yeah.
Simply because I've tried it, I didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
And then I never went back to it. Right. I never had trophies in mind when I first started playing them.
Yeah.
Because I think this is from like 2009, this profile.
Yeah, this is going back a while, isn't it? 0.55 trophies a day. We won't dabble on that too much, although say it's not good enough.
It's all not good enough.
Nah, I'm just messing. 111 views. Who's been viewing your profile?
Probably you. Making sure I've got that bronze trophy or something like that.
384,782 in the world.
I'll tell you what, whoever's below me, there's got to be problems, hasn't there?
Oh man, who are the people below you? What are they doing? 45,728 in the mighty UK. How do you feel about that?
Top 50,000.
Usually, like I said to Natalie, like, do you care about the leaderboards? Obviously, you don't, because
I want to get that completion rate up, basically.
So out of them there, like, is the completion the one for you?
Yeah, I want to. The first target is get it over a third, so 33.3%.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Because it's going to take a while with the amount of games I haven't done.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got so many low percentages that'll be diluted. Yeah. It's going to take a while. But...
I mean, I'm playing. You're probably going to see it now, but I've got quite a few in the 70-80s that I'm playing currently. So I'm hoping to have them numbers improved.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's a good way, because if you, like I was saying to you last time, I think we'd spoken, we looked at the trophy advisor, which we'll do at the end. If you just set yourself little targets, like say, I don't know, in a month or two, I want my completion to be 33%.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to check the mic again, guys, just to make sure we're in place there. Just thought it was a bit too far away. I was concerned no one's going to hear us there. So yeah, I mean, I know looking at it's a tough one, isn't it? But what I would say is just whatever time frame you want, a month, 2 months, and you said a third, go for 33%. Although that's your focus in time, your unearned will come. Well, your unearned has to come down for the completion to go up. It's kind of one and the same, really. But yeah, you'll slowly start to notice a bit of change. Don't worry too much about the leaderboards. I know I am. But it's hard to progress. It won't be hard to progress at this stage, but when you start getting higher up, there's so many people who are playing. I know I play these easy games, but some people are playing all the easy games and then multiple stacking them. So it's
when you're starting all these new games as well, it's going to get up even more, isn't it? If you're not completing them as well.
Yeah, exactly, it's absolutely crazy. But we'll look at that straight away. Recent trophies. There's his horses. There's the horses. We'll come to that game, but it's one you've been trying to do, because it will be a nice little ultra rare, won't it? So we'll come to it.
I've made it a target, but we'll come back to that. Yeah.
So he's a new one then. Because what I do is, I mean, if this is your first video, we put them in alphabetical order, and we always do. And that way, if there is a series, they'll all be bunched together, and we can kind of chat about them as one. So, of course, anything with like a number in the title, that's going to appear first. We'll quite often see 36 Fragments at Midnight, 112 Seeds, stuff like that. But that's usually from a trophy hunter, which Paul isn't clearly. But we do have a new game though, one I haven't seen. 2010 FIFA World Cup.
I did say it was an order profile.
What is that? 0.34% for the platinum. I mean, it's unobtainable now. 12 unobtainables, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, we love FIFA anyway.
Yeah. Well,
I thought it was pretty well. Yeah, we love to hate it.
Yeah.
But I love the soundtrack. When I get older,
I think the soundtrack was one of the best I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Really enjoyed it. But we won't ponder too much on some of them because we've got 156 games to go down. I'll maybe just pick a couple out, and we'll go from there. Because if we talk about why haven't you finished this one?
Well, I have got an excuse for one of the games in that list. Anthem. I tried to play it with you, and and man just kept crashing at the first mission.
Yeah,
it did it quite numerous times.
And to defend Anthem, because I love it and I get a bit upset when people don't like it, but I don't think it was actually the game. There was something going on. I can't remember the message you said you were getting, but for whatever reason, it was kicking you out. Yeah. You were playing it through EA Play, weren't you?
Correct, yeah.
And there was like, I don't know what it was. Whether
did it with a Star Wars game as well for me, didn't it?
Or was it Jedi Fallen Order? Yeah. Yeah, I remember you telling me. So I don't know what that was. We maybe have to try again because I thought it was a class game. But Aliens, Colonial Marines. Yeah, not great. And Ultra Rare as well. Aliens Fireteam Elite, so you've been playing this a little bit with me, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you played a bit with Gary.
It's getting the time for it. It's the main thing. That's the problem. I like the game.
Yeah, you'll maybe have to get playing it again because I've started playing it with one of the great guys from the Discord, who I've mentioned already, MI8 Plays, the video that I was doing next. Mark's an absolute legend, and he's a Liverpool fan as well, like you. No, he's a Liverpool.
What in common?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm sure we're brothers from another mother. We've started talking a little bit through the Discord, and then we started to play Aliens as a result of that, and we've just got on like House on Fire, and everything I say he agrees with, and vice versa. We're just one and the same.
Two peas in the pod.
Pretty good. If you're watching, Mark, top lad. Right, so let's keep going then. Apex Legends, no platinum, only one trophy.
Again, I was just trying it out,
In 2019. I have played it. I can't remember if it was just at like Smith's or something.
I think that's who probably got me into it, yeah.
But never really. Valhalla.
Now, this one I am guilty of, I'll admit, openly.
Because you started it with me and Gibbs, didn't you? Or you actually started just before me.
Yeah.
And we're all kind of playing at the same time.
I did the prologue,
Well done for doing that, and I've got my Blue Peter badge for you.
That's as far as I got, unfortunately.
Yeah, go back into it. I mean, it's a big game with the DLC now, because with the Wrath of the Druid, Siege of Paris, Dawn of Ragnarok, and then all these other challenges, my save file's at 173 hours. It is a huge game. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Do you know what it was in a way? It's the game's obviously awesome. I just haven't got back to it, but. It was different from what I was expecting to Assassin's Creed game, what I've seen in previous videos, previous titles, shall I say.
They've definitely changed.
It felt a bit more open worldish, a bit like Horizon. It's nothing like Horizon, but it felt like going from different location to location.
Yeah.
Getting like save points and stuff. It felt different.
No, I know exactly what you mean. They changed the formula a lot from when it was Assassin's Creed Origins and then Odyssey, now Valhalla. I mean, I like it, and people sort of criticise Ubisoft a lot for it's just the same thing, unlocking towers, which in turn unfogs the map.
So change it a little.
Quite similar. Yeah. But I think they've done well to adapt a little bit. I mean, I know I'm not the only one because I've seen these comments on a lot of stuff, but people still have a lot to say about them, and I quite enjoy them. You learn a lot as well. You'd be surprised, and they're very good with their historical accuracy. Yeah. And from someone who loves Greek mythology and ancient Egypt stuff, obviously Valhalla's all about the Vikings and the Norse gods and stuff. It's really interesting to me. So
one of the things that put me off a bit as well is I want to try it on the PS5, and if I do that, I'll have 1% stuck on the PS4. If that makes sense.
Oh, right, I see.
Because I've got the upgrade, for the PS5.
I just carried on with the PS4 version.
Did you?
Yeah. I was so far in that I couldn't justify it. I might in the future do the PS5 version, but
it's a long game.
It's so big. It's it's a bit of a time sink. Do you put that time in?
Yeah.
So Batman Arkham Asylum back on the PS3. Wow, unfinished. Well, they're all unfinished.
It might have been completed, but definitely not trophy wise. Yeah.
Arkham Knight, which I actually borrowed off you, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's still downstairs.
I haven't asked for it though.
We'll get out the cupboard. Although it's on the collection now, isn't it? I'm sure. So you can have it because I don't need it anymore.
Have you done it
Oh yeah. I'm 2 trophies off the platinum, so I need every type of Predator takedown, and as you can imagine, Brutality 101, which is a trophy where you've got to do 15 different combat moves in one free flow. And if you take too long, the chain's broken. If you get hit, the chain's broken. And I just kind of got a bit annoyed. I didn't try too much with it.
Tedious one, yeah.
It's a bit. I'll go back and do it. But you didn't play Arkham City, the one in between those. No, obviously not. It's not there.
Thanks for that.
No, that's fine. And we get our first platinums.
Oh yes.
And would you believe it? Telltale games. There's nothing wrong with that.
The hardest ones, apparently.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 difficulty, 100 hours.
So 10 out of 10 now.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed them. They were pretty good.
I like Batman, so I like to enjoy the game.
Oh, what is happening with all these? This is crazy, man. I understand the reasons why. I'll tell you what we'll do with these then, because I'm not going to go, why didn't you finish this card, or that battlefield? You can tell us about Bloodborne actually, because you did start it, didn't you?
Yeah.
But that was as me and Gibbs were finishing it, and then you.
Yeah, so I need a bit of encouragement sometimes, to finish games, have people in party chat with me, so to speak. And I get a little bit, if something's hard, I haven't got the encouragement in myself to give myself a kick, to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I'll move on to the next game. And I am guilty of that with a lot of games, as you can see,
Do you know what? I said this on, I think it was maybe the first video, but games like Bloodborne, they are really good to play in a chat because, and I don't just mean for summoning your mates in, but these are the kind of games which really do make your blood boil.
Yeah.
They're rage inducing, they're very frustrating, and if you play alone, you can kind of drive yourself into a corner where you just give up.
Yeah.
But there's nothing better than having someone on the other end of the. I mean, we usually wind each other up, don't we? If Gibbsy's struggling and we start winding, which isn't the right way to go about. But as a rule, we try and say if me and you have done the boss, on Elden,
help each other out. Yeah.
We'll kind of push Gibbs on, because how many times whichever way around it is, one of us have been like, right, I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
But the other two will be like, carry on, you've got this.
Yeah.
And it just, a couple more tries. And yeah, I think it's good to have someone there. Me and Gibbs have done that with a couple
someone
of
give a little push. It's nice, isn't it?
It's definitely good. So, honestly.
As bad as that looks, I have done every single story mode, but obviously the trophies didn't even come in my head at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. And I only play Call of Duty for the campaigns.
And some of them, the earlier ones, I did online.
Yeah.
Multiplayer on them as well.
So I think I know what you might say. So I'll ask you a different question rather than going through them. Which is your favourite COD?
My favourite online COD is MW2.
Yeah.
Like the older version. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favourite story mode is COD 4 Modern Warfare. Which were both PS3 games at the time.
Yeah, but you've not played any of them. Captain America Super Soldier. These games, I mean, this one was all right. It was probably the best of the bunch, because they did Iron Man 2, they did Thor, and they got the actual actors in to voice them. It was a bit cheesy and they weren't the best, but the Captain America one was actually all right. Playing it now, the combat feels a bit clunky, but it was pretty good. Some of the combat and flinging the shield about, but the Iron Man 2 and Thor games were so bad. But I quite liked it. It was it wasn't
a good bit of fun, wasn't it? Yeah.
It wasn't too bad, and obviously I love Captain America, so it could be the worst game in the world, and I'm probably still in. Did you not know? You're not seeing all the 100 pops around the house as you walk through. It's just, I've got a big shrine on my ceiling in the bedroom. Right, so here we go. Paul's favourite game of all time. Why did he say it was Final Fantasy VII? I thought it was. Champion jockey, G1 jockey, and Gallop racer. How specific? 84%.
It's not an easy. It's an easy game, but the time that you have to put in is ridiculous.
And a 0.86%. So I'll tell you what we'll do, guys. We're gonna have a little dive into
I am
this
actually
one.
trying on this one as well.
We're gonna have a little look. So yeah, 0.86%. What's crazy?
I've got it.
Malfunction! Malfunction! The mic nearly went. Yeah, so what's crazy is if you were to box this off, you'll have a rarer trophy than everything I've got. Well, FIFA 20's mine, which is 0.87.
That's on the premium version to download. It's there.
I'm not looking into any horse racing games anytime soon. So conquer the quest challenges.
Which I'm currently doing now.
Conquer the practice challenges. One of your bred horses. What's that? It's like a horse made out of Kingsmill.
Basically.
Oh, what has happened? What has happened today? One of your bred horses is select. I can't not picture a bread. I can't not picture a horse made of bread now.
A bit of Warburton.
It's when you see. I've seen them. You've seen them memes where it's like this is a purebred dog, and it's just.
Yeah.
Oh madness! So what's the deal then? Is select as a champion 3? What's this? A 3-year? Is it
a champion 3-year-old colt? So basically, it has to be a male horse,
right?
At a specific age to be selected as like horse of the year in that category.
It's like John McCurrick now, aren't you? Just
basically, yeah, yeah. And it's not as easy as it sounds, simply because you have to pretty much win every race to be even in the category.
Right.
And even if you win every race, you have to be in the higher category of the grade races.
Yeah.
So as much as it looks like just win this and do this, it's not as simple as that. And you can probably tell that by the percentages as well.
That's crazy.
These ones here are really easy. I just haven't got around to doing them because I want to get the harder ones done first.
Yeah. Be demoted in the standing wrong 20 times during stewarding inquiries. So you don't need too much, do you?
No.
I mean, if you can get that done, I will be very proud of you.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Well, I just want to have something there, you know. I mean, I was trying to get it done before this, but them quest challenges are awful.
Yeah. Right, let's have a little look then. Crash Bandicoot Warped. So you played the third one, but you didn't go into 1 or 2?
Just for the kids.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Yeah. I was just trying to get them, you know, into it.
Dead Island, 1 trophy.
Yeah, I never got into it. I never really played it enough to even try to get into it, if I'm being fair.
Well, it's PS3, isn't it? I was going to say I've got it if you wanted to try and get Gibbsy.
So you'll notice loads of PS3 games like that.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
You just dabbled, and then Dead Nation. I quite enjoyed Dead Rising. I can't believe you're offending the audience with this. What is this? Ah, my eyes. Nah, it's all good. So we'll skip past a couple then, because we don't want to just talk about them being unfinished. We'll have a look at Elden Ring. So this is another one you've done with me and Gibbs.
Yeah.
Tell me about Elden Ring. So start to where you are now. Like, tell me about the game.
It's the first proper game I've tried to do. You know, I tried it with Bloodborne, but obviously I came off it and went on to Elden Ring. Mainly because you had just finished it.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
So rather than feeling left out, I thought I'd play through, you know, with you on the headset. Give you a bit of encouragement, as you were saying earlier, helping each other out when we can. I'm currently, as it stands, on the second playthrough at the final boss.
Right.
But yes. I don't feel like I'm a high enough level at the moment, so I'm just grinding out levels to, you know, get a bit higher, hit a bit harder, have a bit more health, you know, to polish it off, basically. Yeah.
You've enjoyed it, though?
Oh, it's been good. I enjoyed it. I was talking to you earlier, wasn't it? I actually think it was a little easier than Bloodborne, but I don't know if that's just simply because I'm used to the format now.
A lot of people do say that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm on the fence with that, but a lot of people do say it's a good entry, you know, for newcomers to like the Souls, you know, genre, if you like. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a great game either way. I've said a couple of times I prefer Bloodborne. But yeah, they're both fantastic.
I haven't played Bloodborne through to have a proper opinion on it, which is the better.
Yeah.
I'm just saying which one I felt is a bit easier to get into, you know, in terms of fighting, you know, not dying quite as much.
For me, it's just with Bloodborne, I always felt like it was just very intense. I think because it's such a gothic kind of eerie atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like the town and the just the sound of it and everything.
Oh, the setting. Don't get me wrong, the setting is fantastic.
And the monsters just seem a little bit more grotesque and brutal, whereas with Elden Ring, I always felt like I was in control.
Bit more wiggle room, isn't it?
Maybe because we're using the Mimic tier, we never felt like we were in trouble, but...
I have them at the end where I can't do it at the moment.
Yeah, it's like, go on, cannon fodder, and then we just aim for the back. But a couple of Formula One games, only one finished, which was last year's.
Yeah.
We played that a lot together.
We did, yeah.
And I suppose that kind of adds up with what you said about the encouragement, and if someone's there, you're more likely to go through, because... I mean, and you helped me. It's not just one way here. Because the 100 online races, it's not hard. You can play 5-lap races over and over, but it's a lot to do. And I think we just kind of kept pushing.
If you remember correctly, the lobbies weren't great on that game.
Yeah.
In terms of getting a game, because you play one, you get sort of kicked out.
Yeah.
And then you have to wait out another 10-15 minutes to actually get a game.
Time consuming.
So you wanted to stay in the lobby you're actually in, and hopefully it didn't close down.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're making a lot of progress with F122.
I will get that one.
I only need two trophies.
You've hammered it, haven't you?
Yeah. The 50 online. Oh no, I tell a lie. I need 3. So I need the 50 online races, the 100 online races. And then there's a trophy for coming first and second
yes,
in a weekend.
That one.
The reason I don't have that is we've started with McLaren, so one of the weaker cars in our I know I could just go into it. We could start a season and put it on 0 difficulty and pop it, couldn't we?
Ferrari or something, yeah.
But we've basically put it on a higher difficulty. We're kind of, would you say, middle of the park?
No, I think it's the 3rd worst team at the moment on the ratings.
Yeah, probably. I think there's all.
And we upped the difficulty to hard, didn't we?
So what's below us?
Is it Williams and
Aston Martin?
Aston Martin, yeah.
Is it?
I think it's Aston Martin Williams, yeah.
Fall Guys, you played a little bit of.
Just for a bit of fun, really.
Yeah, just when we've had a few last. Wow, more FIFAs than me. 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You've done them all. Platinum none. So,
as you can tell, there's more for Ultimate Team.
Yeah, you're a bit of an Ultimate Team.
Choose your words carefully.
Yeah, yeah, he's a bit of an Ultimate Team. Fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, you love it, don't you?
Yeah.
And I do enjoy it as well.
I did, but I'll be honest, I haven't played a FIFA game now. Well, probably since that last trophy popped.
Which was like in March.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all, like, me, you and Gibbs, we were on it every night pretty much, weren't we? And see, that's the issue with it. You kind of, to stay at a good level, unless you're spending money, which we don't. So to stay at a good level, you're having to play your rivals matches and your squad battles every week.
Weekend league as well.
Every week, aren't you? Just to kind of keep your rewards, get coins, and it's so time consuming.
Hope you good, which you normally don't.
What is this? Fight Night Champion 0.01%.
Wow, I didn't even notice that one. Looks like it's unobtainables there from the.
Blimey. 5 unobtainables. Who knows? But 0.01%.
It's got to be online trophies, hasn't it, to be that hard?
I mean, possibly. With it being a boxing game, it's probably like something like I don't know, it could be like the NBA games where you've got to win so many matches in a row or something. I won't look into them because we've got obviously a long video going on here. And Paul, you haven't platinumed your favourite game ever?
But I completed it though.
Oh, is this the motto? I didn't platinum it, but I completed it.
I'll be honest, the PS4 Final Fantasy 7 I should have done. It was just, time. It was just literally, I think one of them was getting enough gil.
Yeah.
And the other one was something like, I can't remember what the other one was.
But also, I think there's something we failed to mention, something you told me about didn't you lose a lot of your data? And that's why games haven't been finished.
I did corrupt it, what was it, about 7-8 months ago?
It was something like that. Yeah, I remember you telling
me. And I didn't have any online saves, did I? On the actual, the cloud services.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. I think I started The Witcher. That was another one.
Oh, you were so many hours in.
And I was about 12 or 13 hours in and it just put me off. Going back onto it. I don't know, it's an amazing game. It's just going back through that 12 hours again.
Doing White Orchard again. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But yeah, you definitely need to go back in, especially with this being your favourite series.
Yeah.
You're going to have to maybe go in, finish off 7, 8. The thing is, you just put the boosts on.
Yeah.
You know, I know you've completed the game properly before, so just chuck the ×3 on, unlimited limit break. Same goes for 8, and just go through and get them finished. Really, they're quite easy. And you'll probably have to do 7 remake again before the new one.
Yeah.
You got trophies on Fortnite. I thought you only ever played the Battle Royale.
I think I got given the pack, got given off Leggy.
Did you know this as
and
well?
Started playing it.
I didn't realise this until I started doing like the videos and stuff. I knew it was a long platinum, but did you know 999 hours?
Wow.
And yeah, it's a 0.14%.
Wow. No, I did not know that.
I think it was my last video, Ixoria. He got the platinum for it.
Wow.
And I was joking on, saying it might be longer. Maybe they can only fit 999 hours in the box. Maybe it's 8 million and there's just no space to put that. But crazy. God of War, you completed it. Please say you completed it.
Oh, yeah, I completed it. Yeah.
I was about to kick you out of my house then. Or the window, just right there. Gran Turismo for 750 hours. Sorry. And it's a 10 out of 10 difficulty. Blimey. GE7. All these games, you must be made of money. 50 quid, 50 quid, 50 quid. And you put them in and go, I don't fancy
I like having the option.
You like the option.
And it's the time, isn't it? You know, sometimes I look at a game and go, do I want to do the trophies? I just want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
For the couple of hours I get.
Yeah.
But again, I've said to you earlier, I don't know if I've said it here. I'm going to try and do more trophies now, as you've seen with some of the trophies where I'm close to getting the platinum. So I'm hoping to get them numbers up. I'm trying to do a bit more now since this COD has been going on.
I was going to say, as that like seeing it a bit, it's a bit more.
It's giving me a bit more motivation when I keep seeing everyone popping up with screenshots.
Yeah.
And I don't feel I should be doing anything or even really chatting in that Discord, me personally, because I don't think I've earned the right to have an opinion in there yet.
Oh no!
No, in terms of achievements, is what I mean. Yeah.
Everyone's opinion is 100% valid, man. You need to get more involved, get talking, because there's some quality people.
No, I read the chat still.
Yeah.
But with all the achievements, I don't want to say, how can I really opinionate on something when I haven't done it myself, so to speak?
Yeah. I mean, get yourself in. It's been quality, apart from yesterday. Yeah. I don't know what happened yesterday.
Yeah, I finished work and had a read through that.
It was like
it's gone crazy.
An episode of Jeremy Kyle or something, wasn't it? Like, I don't know if it was the heat and everyone's heads had gone, but yeah.
I think they were saying someone got kicked and then came back in again. Is that correct?
We don't know. But being rude to people isn't cool, guys.
Yeah.
You know, that's not nice. You know, we're all gamers, but yeah, just start popping up every now and again. I mean, we've even, as crackers as it seems, because everyone seems to be on board with it. I can't even remember how it started, but people started posting pictures of their pets.
Yes.
And we were just getting pictures of cats and dogs and, you know, chocobos. I don't know. So we've created a section Platinum Pets just in the Discord. So if anyone wants to share, you should go on and get Luna in there.
Yeah, definitely. Break the ice on that.
Yeah, because Luna's gorgeous, man. Takes after her dad. Whee! GTA 5, 3%. Come on, Paul.
No.
Come on, Paul. What?
That was 2013 PS3. Again, when I had absolutely no relevance of trophies and even what they meant.
Yeah, you're making me sad. Heavy Rain.
Didn't like it.
I
felt it was a bit too slow.
Did you give it enough chance?
Well, I think I did the prologue and I did the next one, but I just felt like the actions were a bit. It wasn't for me. That's probably I can say it. I don't want to criticise something because it might have been an amazing game. I just felt it wasn't for me.
Because you don't mind the choices games, do you? Like with consequences.
It felt slow paced.
You've played like Until Dawn and stuff, haven't you? So I know it's not the same, but it's kind of you get the options and the choices. Hell Let Loose, I got you to try this with me, didn't you? And we got our.
I tried to play it if I was playing the old school Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
We used to play like. Depending on which Call of Duty, so I'll use COD 4 for example, it was like extreme conditioning or steady aim or stop and power or Modern Warfare 2, it'd be marathon, wouldn't it, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We never stop moving and you can't do that in Hell Let Loose. It's so kind of authentic and you've got to think.
I sort of walked into it thinking, I'll do this.
Yeah. You know? High Stakes on the Vegas Strip Poker Edition. What a game. I remember stumbling upon this, so Paul's a big poker player, very, very good at it, in fact, and he kind of got me playing it a little bit. And I stumbled upon this game and mentioned it. It was actually all right, wasn't it?
okay for what it was, wasn't it?
It wasn't
Yeah.
too bad. I mean, you could almost tell that kind of the mechanics were a little bit fixed. Like,
Yeah.
in certain situations, I don't know, you just knew
You
that
sort of seen it coming, didn't you?
it was
Yeah.
just robbing you a little bit. Like, they always seem to have like the bigger hands and stuff. But this is also where the name came from as well. I don't know if you remember.
Oh,
So
yes.
a few people have asked me lately why Platinum Jangus or why Jangus. I think a lot of people now have got it in their heads that it's my name, Jeff Angus. But instead of a G, I use a J because Jangus certainly sounds a lot better than Gangus. I mean, Gangus sounds like a disease of some kinds, isn't it? Like my foot's going to come off. I don't know. Anyway, so it actually come from when we were playing poker. Somehow I just went on a mad streak with Jack Ace being my hand.
Yeah.
And it almost got labelled as, oh, he's got the Jangus again. Like, I think that's where it come from. So obviously, I put my hand down and say, damn it, he's got the Jangus, and it kind of went from there really. But yeah, when a few people have asked me, it's kind of hard to explain that situation in a comment or a message.
It just stuck, didn't it?
It sort of stuck from there really, and that's where the profile.
It was fun though because funny enough, I got 100% at the time, and then he added other stuff to it, but it wasn't a platinum anyway. So
yeah. Horizon Forbidden West, quite close on. You don't have many to get on that.
I think it's mainly challenges that I've got to do now.
So like the pits and stuff.
The challenges itself.
You'll have to go back to that.
And I really enjoyed the Horizon. I know they get a bit of stick for the glitchiness sometimes, but I thought it was an amazing game.
I didn't have any problems with it.
I didn't.
It's one of my favourite games ever, both of them.
I think there was a recent update which may have affected things from what people are saying.
Yeah.
It was okay for me.
A couple of Infamous games, Just Cause games. I think the Lego games almost when we've tried to play them together, but they were never really your sort of thing, were they?
No, I mean, it's just not really for me. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any you want to comment on?
Just Cause I really liked it. I mean, I started Just Cause, but I haven't got back to it because I started playing other games as well. But I really enjoyed Just Cause 3. Yeah.
No, I liked it as well. I enjoyed it.
It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
I enjoyed it more than 4, if I'm being honest. I much preferred the setting. I thought Medici was, Medici.
Viva Medici.
Medici. Yeah,
yeah.
I thought it was a bit better than 4. It was harder. I mean, you can see from the guides there, we've got a 6 out of 10 over 3 because you had to get 5 gears on all the challenges.
I do remember you doing this. Yeah.
So some of like the wingsuit ones were a bit.
There's one particular one where there was like a little lip of a rock, wasn't there? Where you had to avoid. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing tricky in Just Cause 4. The worst thing, I don't think I've ever told you, but there's a trophy for discovering all locations on the map. So as you fly within kind of a vicinity, it unlocks that location on the map. Yeah. And I never got the trophy for a long time. So I brought a map up on my phone. And what I was doing was kind of cross-referencing it between the TV and my phone of a completed map.
To what you had.
What I had. Yeah. And I still couldn't for the life of me figure out. And in the end, to get the platinum, Natalie printed a map off at work, like a big massive map.
And, commitment.
Yeah. And I tell you the truth here. I literally had to sit there with a felt tip.
Yeah.
And I was looking at what I'd discovered on the screen, and I was crossing them off until I eventually found this little location that I'd overlooked. Wow. And I mean, some of you guys might have just got them all naturally, but I had a real headache trying to get that done.
It's impressive, man.
Avengers, you didn't do too much of that.
So again, this is one of the games I was playing through the EA Play. I think it was available at the time.
EA Play?
No, not EA Play. PS Play. What PS Plus was it called?
I don't know. My head's gone.
There was an EA Play and there was another subscription service you could get at the time. But you could buy get games if you paid like a monthly service.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's not an EA. It's not an EA.
Not EA Play, sorry. Yeah, it's the other one.
I can't even think.
PS Play might have been that. I'm not sure.
PS Play. You're just
making
subscription services. Welcome, guys, to PS Play.
There was 2 things at the time. I just can't remember what it's called. So I can't remember exactly what it was. But before, obviously, they did the premium version of the.
Like the PS Plus as it is now.
There was something else there as well, which I had at the time.
So was it? I mean, I can't remember. Like my mind's gone totally blank. Was it just a normal free game 1 month or something?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, was it? You guys correct us. We'll just check out. Honestly,
yeah.
It's. But did you like it?
I liked it, but I didn't. I got to the part where you first discover Hulk, on the ship. And that's where
spoilers, man. Hulk on the ship.
Spoilers.
A Telltale. You haven't even finished a Telltale game.
Yes, that was bad.
Phantom Pain. It still annoys me that Bob's done that.
I know.
Yeah, patience, man. I mean, it's one of my favourite games. I love it. It's in my top 10, but it all in S ranks. Just ridiculous. Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
And you love Lord of the Rings as well. I don't even like Lord of the Rings, and I've got the platinum.
You like the game though, didn't you?
The game's brilliant. You know what I do? I said this in a few videos ago. I do like what I see in the films. There's just a few little things I don't agree with. Before you're shouting about the eagles at the screen, it's not even that. I could tell you loads of other things that are wrong with it. The eagles are coming.
One ring to control them all.
No one cares about the ring. Just turns you into an invisible weirdo. It's got nothing. Who wants that? No one wants that. You love basketball, don't you?
Yeah, but the trophies are ridiculously hard.
Yeah, I mean, look at those. 0.02, 0.02, 0.01, 0.31. They're so difficult.
Even if I actually tried to do them, I don't think I probably would be able to get them.
I mean, sports games often are because they've got such a player base anyway, like a big player base, that the rarity often is diluted as a result. But they are very difficult because of like online trophies and stuff. I mean, look at some of these. Sorry if we're not talking about each individual one, but you know we don't want to be here all day, of course. Let's talk about Prototype because that's a close one on both of them.
Yeah. No, I'll easily say you can probably tell by the percentages itself, but Prototype 2 is so much easier than Prototype 1.
I mean,
so much.
Well, look at the difficulty.
Yeah.
Prototype 1's an 8 out of 10.
No, I enjoyed them just for fun, and believe it or not, that 17% in Prototype 1 is a completed story mode. That's how hard some of the trophies are compared to Prototype 2.
Yeah.
Because me just playing Prototype 2 normally has got that percentage.
Yeah.
That just goes to show how much of an easy platinum it is, and I should really go back to it.
Yeah.
Because I'm so close to it.
Oh, it's really... Prototype 2 is really easy. There's going to be so many... I know Alex will be crying right now.
Alex will be fuming.
Yeah, Alex is going to be looking at this and he's going to be going...
He'll be screaming Wilco.
When I see you in Nottingham, Wilkinson, I'm giving your head a shake.
It's the first thing he's going to say to me.
I wonder if he's going to be dressed as Arthur Morgan in Nottingham. He's definitely going to have his cowboy hat on.
That's all.
Yeah, he's going to be smashing it. Remnant from the Ashes. What a game! What a game! Bloodborne with machine guns.
So again, this is a game that you and Gibbs got me into.
Yeah,
I started playing it, but I joined in as you'd already completed it and getting the collectibles, I believe.
Yeah, which were a bit...
I think it was like passing the floor, wasn't it?
Yeah, the levels were procedurally generated and then you've got to find a few things, like the ring again, my precious. That was one of them, finding a ring, and it can just spawn anywhere.
But this is one I want to go back to. I
think we should go back to it because there's some of the DLC that I need to do as well, so we'll build you up through the campaign and then we can start playing.
Definitely.
A couple of Resi games. You like Resident Evil, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing. You've been playing them since the beginning, like back on the PS1.
Yeah, but in the mansion to begin with, yeah.
With the terrible voice acting.
Barry Burton.
What does he? You were nearly a Jill sandwich or something.
A gerbil sandwich.
No, a Jill. It's a Jill.
A Jill sandwich.
A Jill sandwich.
Oh, wow,
a gerbil sandwich.
I'm sure he said at one point.
No,
I could be wrong.
I'm sure it's you were nearly a Jill sandwich or something like that.
The first time they reintroduced the voicing, didn't they?
It was. Yeah, the voice wasn't great. Chris. Anyway,
just for reference, I did do Resistance 1, but it was on the all profile as well.
Yeah, there's no trophies, I don't think, for Resistance.
Was there not? No.
I said this as well on a previous one. I like them, and I like going around UK because it's not often you get places like York in a video game and stuff like that. So
it was good for a starting PS3 game, wasn't it?
Can you go to like Manchester and stuff as well?
Yeah.
You like Manchester? Manchester.
Wow.
Oh, what a scene! And then just starts kicking Jay in the shins. Wow. Right, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Great game.
All unfinished. Rory McIlroy. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Battlefront. So you love Star Wars as well, so why haven't you done these?
Battlefront. I'm trying to remember exactly.
Let's look at Jedi Fallen Order. Was that because of the EA play?
That was because of that when it crashed. I got to a certain boss, and I was on the mic with you when it kept happening. You know what I remember me saying?
Yeah.
And every time I was fighting, it sort of like I went through the map, and then it just came up with an error. You know, the blue screen.
Yeah.
And it just went off.
Yeah, it's not good. Oh, platinum! Oh wow! Oh, thank God for that. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, which we done as a 3, didn't
We
we?
did.
Me, you,
I
Gibbs.
couldn't believe how quickly we did it. In all honesty,
Because of that one trophy,
yeah,
where
you could sort of rinse and repeat, wasn't it?
it's the chaos mode, because I've said this loads, but the description literally says complete the game on chaos difficulty, but you can get that trophy for doing one mission.
A collectible, isn't it?
On chaos difficulty, and if you do that one mission, which is completed by picking up, do you remember the trident out of the chest?
That's correct, yeah.
So you can avoid all the enemies, pick the trident up, mission complete, and pop the trophy. So I don't know if it's glitched or if the trophy description's wrong, but
well, I know there's DLC coming out in about a week's time for it, so I'll probably be doing that as well.
Supersonic, acrobatic, rocket-powered battle cars. Oh, what a title! It's kind of like the Rocket League.
And that was just a bit of fun, really. You know, just to play with friends.
It was actually all right. And there's Tales from the Borderlands, which you said was your favourite Telltale.
Yeah.
Which is nice to see.
I completed that one, yeah.
Yeah. And then a load of unfinished games. Look, and you love The Last of Us. Look at this.
Yeah.
Not yet. What's happened?
No, I completed obviously The Last of Us, the remastered, and I don't even know how this 1% on the PS3, but there must have been hard trophies, but I did complete them.
All I'm hearing is excuses, to be honest, but there's The Walking Dead. So there's the platinum without the DLC.
That's right.
And then a few more unfinished games. The Witcher, which you said you played for a little bit.
That's correct. I enjoy the Divisions, but I didn't get the platinums for them, unfortunately.
I want to make you a list. I want to make you a list of all these. I mean, look at Uncharted. Obviously, I know you've played through and completed them all. But it's just unacceptable behaviour. A few wrestling games, Worms, World War Z, which we played together a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
I remember you starting Wolfenstein. I mentioned that to you.
Yeah.
And
again, it's another game I got for.
I remember you said you were enjoying it, but yeah. But no, I've enjoyed it. I mean, there wasn't much to look at, but so I apologise again if you've come for all the platinums and if you stayed till the end. You know, I do really appreciate it. Of course, have you enjoyed going through it?
I have.
It's been good.
But it's also made me want to do more.
Yeah.
Being all serious, I am trying, and you've seen there's a few games there, 80, 85, 90, which I'm close to getting, which I'm going to go back to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really trying to not. You're going to laugh, the G1 jockey.
Honestly, it sounds.
But it is actually quite difficult to try and get them challenges done.
I do.
It's so tedious.
It's going to be very impressive.
But if I can get something at least with that rarity on there, I feel like I can at least have a comment on something to go off.
There's your rarest ones there before we call it. I mean, you've got 20 ultra rares, but your actual rarest trophies is it is G1 jockey again. Look.
Yeah.
You've got a Black Ops 3 one in there, the Curator on a Tennis World Tour, which we were playing for. Let's go have a look. 13 years ago. I'll move it up because we'll be in the corner. We'll be blocking it. Back in the saddle. It's not even G1 jockey, but somehow your first trophy is something to do with a horse.
It's as if I meant it, you know.
How has that happened?
It's meant to be.
It's just destiny.
It knew this day was coming.
It knew it. First ever trophy, back in the saddle. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, wow. This is the best thing ever. You can't write it. First platinum, The Walking Dead. Latest platinum was Stranger of Paradise 2 months ago. But yeah, it's been a cracking episode. I've absolutely loved it. I hope you guys have too. And if you stay till the end and listen to us just talk absolute nonsense, I do really appreciate it. It's been a good laugh for me. I don't know about
I appreciate the time, and hopefully I get to know you stuff better more in the Discord once I have more achievements to show.
We'll just post them in, because I know you've done stuff with I know you haven't got the platinum, but even for Elden Ring, you could just pop in, or done my first playthrough and pop a trophy, and everyone's so supportive. It makes you want to carry on and do.
Well, as I say, you doing this is obviously going to be a bit more motivation to actually try and get them finished properly.
Yeah.
Rather than just doing a story and then putting the game aside.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. But I hope you guys have liked it. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot. Whatever you do for the rest of the day, have a good one, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.